everyone, today I'll be doing an impromptu post on Fude and the cheaper alternatives. Most of them are drugstore and synthetic brushes because the drugstore ones just, obviously they're cheaper, and I didn't have anything planned out for this video, so I'm just going to start with the eye brushes and then we'll move into the face brushes, and if I'm rambling, excuse that. Let's start off with the Hakuhodo J5522 or 5523, sorry. That's the top one right here. It's the MAC 217 equivalent. I hated the MAC brush, so I don't have it anymore, but the Hakuhodo one is a lot softer. And if you're unfamiliar with the shape, it's like, this one's like kind of hard to describe. It's like a flat long shader, I don't know, and then like as you can see on the side, it's fluffy. It's very soft because it's made out of Seikoho hair, and this is considered a blending brush. Like the MAC 217 is considered a blending brush, but I use it for not all over, but I use it for like just like lid shading, and then it's comparable to the e.l.f. This is the blending brush, I think. Yeah, the e.l.f. blending brush. And as you can see, the e.l.f. one is very badly put together. The hairs are like the hairs on the right side are shorter than the hairs on the left side, and it flares out too much for my liking, so I don't really like it. I think the Hakuhodo one is definitely softer. And yeah, I don't recommend the e.l.f. one, but I know a lot of people online like it. Like a lot of YouTubers like it. So if you can find it in store, and like if there's multiples, then I would say definitely like compare how the head looks, because this is really improperly bundled and it bugs me. So then you can also compare it to the Real Techniques, what is this, the base shadow brush. This is closer, yeah, it's closer. I actually like the Real Techniques one a lot. Someone on, I think it was Makeup Addiction on Reddit, they did a post comparison like with eyeshadow blending. Like they blended one eye with the Real Techniques one and then one eye with the MAC 217. It looked exactly the same. So if you're on a budget, I would definitely recommend the Real Techniques one, and this one can be purchased in the eye set, or I think you can now purchase it in like a duo. I think the duo contains like, I think it's this one, the deluxe crease brush, I'm not sure, but that one's new. Okay, so let's go to the next one, which is the Chikuhodo GSN 10. This one is like a very, very fluffy blending brush, and it's not that tapered, but it still has a point to it. So compared to, let's say, like the Tom Ford 13, Hakuhodo J142, S142BK, and like Goss 3, it has the least tapered head, I think, and has a very, very fluffy body. I don't think I have any other one that's like similar to this, but I just wanted to mention that the hairs on this are pretty rough. Like it's very, how do you describe it? It kind of like scratches my eyelids because my eyelids are so sensitive, so I ended up using it as like a nose contouring brush, and it works pretty well for that. And the closest thing that I have is this NYX brush that I got recently. It's the NYX Pro Crease Pro blending brush, I believe. I saw someone on YouTube using it, and I thought it looked really nice, but when I got it in person, as you can see, the hairs are really long and it's not that dense. So I thought I was gonna be like really disappointed in it, because the longer the hairs and the less dense the body is, the less blending or the less effective it'll be. But yeah, I was actually quite surprised and like impressed by this brush. Even though the hairs are long, it's not like floppy by any means. So you can see here, it's still got a good amount of resistance. And blending wise, I like to hold it by like the tip right here, because if you hold it in the middle or at the back, then you're gonna have very soft blending. So I want something to, I want it to be able to blend to the best of its ability, and so I just hold it by the closest as possible, like the ferrule right here, and then I just use it to blend. So if you can see, yeah, they're not that similar, but I just wanted to bring it out. And okay, and then lastly for eye brushes, we have the Goss 16. This is the Hakuhodo J214 equivalent, I believe. That one is white and this one's tea dyed. This is so soft for tea dyed hair. Like, it is incredibly soft. And I've mentioned this multiple times before, but I do really love this brush for all over, like shadow all over lay down. And yeah, even though it's like super dense, it still has a good amount of flexibility to it. And the one I want to compare it with is the Real Techniques, what is this, Deluxe Crease Brush. So as you can see, the Goss one is like, it's not 2 times bigger, but it's a lot larger than the Real Techniques one. And so they look very similar, right? The only thing is that the Real Techniques one is not very flexible. I actually don't really like to use this for my eyeshadow. Oh, okay. Now it's poking my hand, but it's clearly not as soft as the Goss one. And yeah, so people actually use this for concealer. I would highly recommend this one for concealer as well. As you can see, the head is like this. And yeah, it's not an exact dupe per se, and they have different uses. I just wanted to bring them out to show you guys because I thought they were pretty similar appearance wise. And I will move on to the face brushes next. So I've mentioned the stipple brushes in one of my videos already. This is the e.l.f. small stipple brush. And I have the, where is it? The Hakuhodo J, oh no wait. This is the Pat McGrath buffer brush from one of her sets, but it's basically the Hakuhodo J0042 or something. Hakuhodo makes her brushes because the ferrules and the hair quality, the handles, everything is the same. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into detail with this, but since I already have a video made on it, but the Pat McGrath synthetic part is longer than the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and both are really great brushes. I use them for different things though. So the e.l.f. one I would typically use for cream blush. It has a pretty dense head, and it's got a good amount of flexibility, but it's not like floppy, and it's not super, like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's really good for a cream blush, so I highly recommend this one. It's only like $3. And then the Pat McGrath one is, the Hakuhodo one is actually labeled as a highlighter brush. Yeah, it's because, as you can see, the synthetic bristles are a lot longer. Oh, why do I keep doing this? Yeah, so it's good. You just have to use them for different purposes. And then I have a bunch of these like roundish brushes. So we have what is this? The e.l.f. small tapered brush and the Real Techniques contouring brush. And then, let me just grab it out. And the Hakuhodo J5521, which is one of my favorite brushes of all time. And and then the Kyureido Fine Color, crap, what is the name? K022 or something. It's not, I'll link it down below, but they're all very similarly shaped. And I would say, okay, so the Kyureido one is like, it's not a cheaper alternative by any means, but I just wanted to bring it out to show you the comparisons. And sorry, yeah, I totally shouldn't have brought that out. I just realized that right now because it's not a cheap alternative. Sorry about that. This is, yeah, like I said, it's an unplanned video, so I'm just rambling. Okay, so I really like the e.l.f. small tapered brush. Like, it has good raves for good reason, because this is extremely soft. I mean, it's nowhere as soft as the Hakuhodo one. Like, Hakuhodo's obviously gonna beat the synthetic ones out of the water, unless it's like IT Cosmetics, that kind of hair. But this is just like e.l.f. Tack-on hair, and it's really soft. It doesn't poke my face, and it does really well in the highlight department, the setting small areas of your face department, the blush department. Like, it's a multi-purpose brush, just like the 521, and yeah, I really like it. I think how much was this, like $3? Yeah, it's a really good value. So sorry, I keep forgetting to compare them with, but as you can see, the shapes are very similar, and the e.l.f. one looks less like poofy, like body wise, and a little bit more tapered, but they're both excellent brushes. And next up we have the Real Techniques contour brush. This one I don't like as much. I feel like it doesn't do well for contouring, like for, you know, the intended purpose, but I haven't used it much. I don't know, like, I just don't really like it, so I don't really use it, but I know a ton of other people like it. It's very similar to the 521 though, so I imagine you can use it for highlighting as well, and also as being a multi-purpose brush. Okay, and then I'm just gonna bring out like powder brushes now, and we will finish because I've been rambling for way too long. Let me know if you like these kinds of videos, or like my regular ones more, the ones where I have everything properly like thought out, because I don't know, sometimes I like to just ramble, and sometimes I'm just like, organization is good, or, you know, I don't know. Okay, so I think is it this one? I can't even, crap, those are the wrong brushes. Okay, so I've spoken about this in one of my videos as well. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, and I'm trying to pull out my Goss airbrush. Okay, so I keep this in a brush guard. I keep most of my Fude in brush guards, so if my brushes look different from yours, just don't be alarmed. It's because mine are always in brush guards, and I don't wear makeup that often. Confession of a makeup addict. I don't even wear makeup that often. Okay, so yeah, so I've already spoken about this, but I think that they're kind of similar, because my blush brush is very tapered. As you can see, it has this weird little thing right here that's like super uneven. And the Goss one is, I mean, I've kept it in a brush guard, so it's not as fluffy as or not as wide as the e.l.f. one, but if I used it more, it would fluff out. And this one, yeah, the blush brush is pretty good. It kind of, when I try to set my under eyes with it though, like, it kind of like hurts it, but I do have really sensitive skin. And then the Goss one is super soft because it's squirrel, and the e.l.f. one is synthetic, but they're pretty similar to me. Okay, then we can move on to the powder brushes. So I think the most similar ones I have is like this e.l.f. complexion brush, and then my Lunasol cheek brush. I don't have the Lunasol face brush, but I think if I had that one, it would be more similar to the e.l.f. one. They are both the same shape, as you can see, like an oval. Yeah, they're okay. This paper is driving me crazy. This is an oval, and the e.l.f. one is denser. But even though they're using these Taklon fibers, the e.l.f. one kind of like pokes my face. Only in my cheek areas though, because my eyelids and my cheeks are really sensitive. And Lunasol one I've spoken about as well before, but it's a coarser squirrel hair type. So this would be better. This would be really good at like picking up harder pressed products as opposed to something like the Goss airbrush right here that is super soft. So you should only use it with soft pressed products. I was reading like the Takeda guide the other day, and they were saying that you shouldn't use squirrel hairs with like hard pressed products. You should only use them with soft pressed products, or else it'll damage the hairs. So that, just want to take note of that. And then lastly, we have my favorite, well, one of my favorite powder brushes. Let me just, okay, I'm gonna take it out of the brush guard now. Okay, this has been in brush guard for months. I have not used it in a while. We have the Hakuhodo, okay, that hurt. The Hakuhodo Kokutan JMG, the powder brush. This is mixed with 2 to 3% synthetic fibers, and then we have the Ecotools, powder brush, and then the Wet n Wild synthetic powder brush. This one came out like 2 years ago, I believe. It wasn't it wasn't like highly advertised or marketed, so I don't think a lot of people have these types. This was before the white and pink hair type, like the white and pink Wet n Wild brushes came out. So the white and pink, like the hair ones, they came out like last year, I think. But yeah, these came out before that, and I think that they shouldn't have discontinued this line because I actually like it more than the pink line, white and pink one. But let's just talk about the Wet n Wild one. If you guys, they still sell this on eBay, but I don't know how much it's going on eBay, but yeah, like I actually really like this brush a lot. When I travel with my cheaper brushes, so I'll travel like with this one, or oh crap, I forgot to include this. So here is the Real Techniques multitask brush from the Core is it Core collection? No, this is the multi-purpose. One of those like sets that they have, but that's the multitask brush. Anyways, this is really good. It's like an oval shape, flattened oval, if you can compare it to the Hakuhodo one. Yeah, it looks like this. Obviously, it's more fluffed out. I really like this brush a lot. What's weird is that like mine is synthetic, but some people have natural hair ones. I think they only sold those in Canada though, so that's weird. And then we have, yeah, the Real Techniques multitask brush. This is an okay brush. Like I thought I really liked it when I first got it, but it's so-so. I think I tried using it with blush and it didn't work that well, but yeah, I would only use it with like bronzer and powder, I think. So here's another comparison. And lastly, we have the Ecotools powder brush. I love this brush. This is super soft. Well, on my face it's super soft. It's not feeling quite that soft on my hands right now. But yeah, I really like this brush. I think these, even though I'm partial to round brushes, like round cheek brushes, round face brushes, round eye brushes, I really love this shape as well. It's like a flattened oval shape. It's not exactly flat, so it's real. I like it when it's like it poofs out, but it's an oval as well. So I highly recommend this one and the Wet n Wild one for cheaper alternatives. Obviously, okay, I can't talk today. Yeah, this one's really good. And then, oh crap, I forgot to compare it. Did I compare it already? Yeah, I'm like super out of it today. Yeah, the Hakuhodo one is really soft. I mean, not as soft as like a brush made out of complete completely made out of psycho hair. It's not as soft as that. Like it's not as soft as the J104 or like the J5521, but it's soft enough. And for powder brushes like these, I like to just like get the powder onto the brush, like right here, and then like pat it and like move it around my face. But if you don't want your foundation to move, then you should just pat it. Anyways, I rambled way too much for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.